when somebody blindsides you, or that 3-month situationship that just started off so beautiful, just for you to get ghosted, or that partner that you thought you would have gotten married to cheats on you, you sit there asking yourself, how do I even go about learning to trust again? How do I move on from this? And that is such a loaded question, because it comes packed with a million other different questions like self-worth. Was I good enough? Why did this person do this to me? It's just unexplainable. And I think most of the time you get left with a bunch of these questions because the people who put you in these positions usually don't really want to offer some type of explanation as to why. And I could give the cliche advice of, well, it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. And all of that is true, but it doesn't discard the fact that you were discarded. And that is something that is very difficult to learn to accept and to live with and to move on from. So how do people do it? I mean, I've been blindsided quite a few times in my life. I've been discarded a good amount of times too. And I truly believe that what saved me was enough time in solitude, but solitude that wasn't sulking, solitude that was, I need to find things to get excited about again. And that's very hard the first time, and it takes a while to get back to that place. But I think it's very important to sit in silence and to sit with yourself, and don't overanalyze what actions led up to a person doing a certain thing to you. Sometimes even you might fully get their perspective, and honestly, maybe sometimes it is a little justified. But at the end of the day, if it comes down to, if I was in your position, I wouldn't do that to you, then that person was not for you. That situation was not for you. And there will be situations and people that are for you, that'll end with a clean cut or a clean break, that won't leave you asking questions or wondering why it didn't work out. It'll just leave you sad. And I think I crave that feeling a lot. I think I crave, not everything has to work out in life. People change, people grow apart, things happen, situations, circumstances, whatever. But instead of being stuck in the despair of the uncertainty and the replaying a million different events in your head, I would rather just be sad about it. Just be sad about it, just grieve it. And you can choose that truth for yourself. You can choose that conclusion for yourself. I think another very important part of that is you have to find some type of meaning in the pain and the suffering. Like, it's never just them and it's never just you. I'm sure you probably missed a lot of the signs, and I'm sure there probably were red flags that maybe you even did recognize and chose to ignore. I've been there. I just did that and it came back and it bit me. But I'm not broken the way I would have been, because I'm self-aware enough to know that I recognized it and I chose to stay. And that's a me thing. That's a me problem. Circling back to how do you learn how to trust again? A quote that comes to mind is, "The one in love always wins." And that's pretty annoying to hear, honestly, while you're going through it. But it is true. I think ideally it's quite a beautiful thing to know that you can feel that way for somebody. And imagine if that capacity was reciprocated consistently. I mean, I think trust is only built by being in some type of situation or relationship where that reciprocation is consistent for a long enough time. But even then, people are still tentative, people still change, and it's still kind of impossible to predict the actions of another human. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to, do I love myself enough? Am I okay enough to be in a situation or a relationship where if this person were to switch up tomorrow, I would be okay, because I know that I love me, I know that I love my friends, and I have my family, and I got this amazing career going on, or all these ideas. Do you have that? Because I think if you have that, then these things start to hurt a little less, because it's not like that person left and your world crumbles around you because you centered everything around them. No, you still have things to do. And as shitty as it might be to do these things while you're grieving this person or going through these emotions, it's fuel kind of at the end of the day. Like, it'll fuel you, and eventually it won't be coming from a place of vindictive energy. And I think it's also just shitty to like hate a person, because that's energy that takes away from you actually improving. Finding meaning and purpose in a blind side or the betrayal of trust is very difficult. I'll admit that. But it's not impossible, and it's something that'll appear in retrospect further down the line. And it's hard to put reason and meaning behind things while you're going through it. But I think in a year, 2 years, not even, could be shorter than that, you'll come to realize that you're better off without them, honestly. And being in a constant state of anxiety and uncertainty is just not an ideal way to live life. And I don't really think anybody wants to live life that way. So if a person made you feel like that during the relationship or after the relationship, they just weren't the one for you. And you'll find that one eventually, at some point down the line. Someone who will have the capacity to meet you where you are, or to at least try to. Yeah. Good luck.